ISTB presents, in association with Dhanmanjuri Community College, DM University Imphal, launching a series of educational programs, recorded online classes for undergraduate and postgraduate students by teachers from various colleges and universities. During this COVID-19 lockdown, every day on ISTB Nongin, 8 p.m. from 24th May 2020 onwards. What's for Dept? Only on ISTB Nongin.
Good morning, students. I am Sendash. I am currently pursuing my PhD from Department of Computer Science, Banaras Hindu University. And I hope you all are staying safe at home during this COVID-19 pandemic. Today, I am going to take up the course Problem Solving Techniques and Programming in C from BSc second semester Computer Science. And this is my first lecture, and this will be the introductory lecture. Okay. So, well, let's start. So, what is a problem? Simply, we can define problem as a question that needs to be solved. Okay. So then, what is problem solving? Problem solving is the process of confronting situations and identifying the goal of problem, and then exploring the various strategies that needs to be explored in order to achieve that goal. Okay. So as a student of computer science, or as the subject is computer science, we will be dealing with solving real life problems by the use of computer science. All of you know that in today's world, computer has become an invaluable tool in every field, including science, engineering, or even in humanities, social science also, related problems. Okay. So as a result, everyone has to know how to use computers for solving their problem, but not just a user, but we have to be able to tell the computer to how to solve our problems. Okay. So let's proceed to the approach of problem solving by using computers. Okay. There are 4 basic steps that needs to be followed while solving a problem by using computers. Okay. First one is problem definition. In this step, we need to specify the problem in terms of its input specification and the specification of the output in a very precise manner. Okay. Number 2 is optical logical solution to the problem in terms of step-by-step sequences that leads from the problem statement to the solution of that problem, which is known as algorithm. Okay. Number 3 is visualization of that logical solution, means visualization of that step-by-step sequences which have been obtained in step number 2, which is known as flowchart. Okay. Although for advanced programmers, this visualization step is optional, but for beginner programmers, this visualization step is highly recommended. Okay. And finally, in step number 4, we have to implement that solution, means that step-by-step sequences into some programming language. Okay. Implementation to some programming language. After this step, we have to compile or interpret that program and then execute that program to find that solution. Okay. For example, we are given the radius of a circle, and we are asked to find out the circumference. Okay. Then the in problem definition, we have to identify the input and output specification. So here input is radius r, and then output specification is circumference. Okay, which is given by twice pi r, as you all know. Okay. So we have to obtain the logical solution in terms of step by step sequences. Okay, means algorithm. So what is the algorithm? In first step, we have to read the value of this radius. Okay, read the value of radius r. Okay, and in step number 2, we have to calculate this value and assign the value of this expression into some variable called circumference. Okay, I will represent the circumference by variable c. C is equal to twice pi r. After this, we have to print or display the value of c. This is the algorithm to find out the value of circumference given the value of radius. Okay, the problem of finding the sum of first n natural numbers. Okay, so our problem is to find the sum of first n natural number. Okay, so first step, problem definition. Okay, I will illustrate the visualization step, means I will illustrate the flow chart in this problem. Okay, so here the input is this value n. Okay, and the output is the value of this sum. So how can we achieve this value? So we'll try to write the algorithm. In step 1, we have to read the value of this n. Okay, read the value of n. After that, we have to initialize the value of this intermediate sum. Means while performing this summation, we have to add up the consecutive numbers one by one. First we have to add 1, then we have to add 2, after that we have to add this 3 to the sum of 1 and 2. Proceeding this way, we have to find out the total sum. Okay, so we have to initialize this intermediate sum to 0. Okay, so set sum is equal to 0. Okay, after this we have to proceed this up to n. Okay, so from where we have to start? From 1 we have to start. So we have to set the initial value of this counter to 1. So this counter will be represented by I to 1. Okay, then if I am using while, so this process will start from I equal to 1 to I equal to n. Means whenever I is less than n, we have to do this intermediate sum. So if I is less than or equal to n, do steps 3.1 and 3.2. Okay, in step 3.1 we have to update this sum. Sum is equal to sum plus I. If this sum this addition has been performed. After that we have to move to this, means to the next consecutive number. So we have to increase I by 1. I is equal to I plus 1. Okay, these steps will be executed until this condition is not satisfied. Okay, after that we are done. In step 4 we have to display the final sum. Okay, print sum. Okay, now we are done. Okay, so I will draw the flow chart also. Okay, I made one mistake in the algorithm. This should be only less than. Okay, this is the flow chart of this algorithm. Okay, here algorithms follow some conventions. I will be explaining all those things also. This oval shape or elliptical box, it is known as terminal box. Okay, terminal box represents the beginning and end of a flow chart. Okay, in a flow chart, it has exactly one start box, and it, depending upon the problem, it has more than one stop box. Okay, and this parallelogram shape box is known as IO box, means input output box. Okay, whenever some input has to be read from the keyboard or from the some disk, or some output has to be printed on the monitor or in the printer, we have to use this parallelogram shape box. Okay, and this rectangular shape box, it is known as process box. This box signifies that some operations are performed here. Okay, and this one is known as, this one which is diamond shape, it is known as decision box. In this box, decisions are taken, yeah, comparisons are taken. Okay, well, here the flow chart has been started. Okay, after that we have to read the n, and then we have to initialize the value of sum and the value of I to 0 and 1 respectively. After that we have to check this condition. If this condition holds, then these two steps should be executed here. Okay, and this condition is wrong, then we have to print the sum and we have to stop the execution. Okay, okay, I have introduced the notion of algorithm and flowchart. Okay, so I think you all have understood what is an algorithm and what is a flowchart. Okay, then let's come to program. Program is nothing but a translation of algorithm into some programming language. Okay, which programming language which computer and user understands. Okay, so while writing a program, we have to maintain a cycle known as programming cycle. Okay, first we have to write a program, write or edit a program. After that we have to save the program. Okay, first step is this. After this, compile the program. Actually, the programs we are writing in our computer, it is not understood by our machines. Okay, so computer only understands machine language only. So compiler does that job of translating our program into machine language. Okay, that's why the compilation is necessary. If there returns some compilation error, then we have to go to this step. Okay, if error. Okay, then we have to edit the program, we have to modify the program, then save the program, then come to this compilation step. If this is successful, then we have to run the program. Okay, run the program and see the outputs of the program. If the output of program has met the output specification of our program, then we are done. Done means end. Otherwise, if the output specification of this output specification after running the program doesn't match the output specification of the problem, then we have to come to first step, means edit, then save, then compile. All these steps should be repeated. Okay, if output specification not match. Okay, this is known as programming cycle. Okay, so I will be introducing the very first C program. Okay, C language is a high level language which was developed by Dennis Ritchie in the early 1970s in Bell Laboratory. Okay, that history is left for you. Okay, this is a simple program that displays this message, my first C program, in the computer screen. I will explain this program line by line. The first line, which begins with slash asterisk and which ends with asterisk slash, is known as command line. Okay, this line will not be executed. Whenever the compiler encounters this and this, the statement in between these two expressions will be skipped. So it is added to increase the readability of our program. Whenever other sees our program, then he or she will be able to know that, oh, this program is doing this thing. Just to increase that readability, we have included this comment. Okay, after that we have included this header file. So I will explain header file in later part. So this stdio.h is known as standard input output library file, library header file. Okay, so this has to be included in every C program where input output operations or input output components are needed. Okay, that's why I have included this header file. After that, this is the main function. In every C program, there has to be exactly one main function, and the execution of that program will start from the next line, just after the next line to the main function. Okay, so after next line we have this statement, printf my first C program. So this program will display this message in the computer screen. Next, I will be explaining you some of the basic terminologies which will be used in C programming. First one is identifiers. Identifiers are the names given to various program elements like variables, keywords, functions, etc. Okay, it consists of letters and digits, with the exception that the first character must be a letter. Length of an identifier depends on the type of the compilers. So in some compilers support only 8 length character identifiers, and some compilers support more also. Okay, so these are some valid identifiers. Okay, one thing, underscore is also allowed, and underscore is also included in the set of letters. Okay, so variable name can also be started with underscore, not by digits. Okay, these are all valid identifiers. Okay, C is a case sensitive language. C is case sensitive. It means that uppercase and lowercase letters are treated differently. Means A and A are not same. Okay, they will be treated as different. Next, keywords. Keywords are reserved words that have standard and predefined meaning in C. They have some sole intended purpose to do something. Okay, like this printf. Printf has a sole purpose of printing this message. Okay, and like this function, like this function in, like this identifier include. Okay, these are keywords. Okay, they cannot be used for other purpose by programmers or by the users. Okay, they have their own specific purpose and they can be used for any other purpose. Okay, then constants. In C there are 4 basic constants. One is integer constant, other is floating point type constant, next character constant, another is string constant. Integer constants are decimal numbers or hexadecimal numbers or octal numbers that represents integral quantities. Okay, and floating point constants are those quantities that represents real numbers. Okay, or exponential numbers. And character constants represents a single character that is enclosed by single apostrophe. Okay, and string constant represents a set of characters that are enclosed by double quotes. For example, 2 minus 2 for integer constant, 2 minus 2, 0 1, 0x1. Okay, this whenever it is begin by 0, it suggests that this is octal integer, and whenever it is started by 0x, it is hexadecimal. Floating point constants are like 2.1, I mean any real number, 3.14, etc. And character constant like A, B, etc. Okay, and for string constant, ABC, DM college, like this. These are the examples. Okay, and then variables. Variables are the identifiers that is used to represent a single data entity. Okay, these variables can change their values during the program execution. However, this constants does not change their values during the program execution. Okay, and one thing, all the variables must be declared before they are used, stating their type and their name. Okay, I mean, for example, if we are calculating the area of a circle, this asterisk sign denotes multiplication in C. Okay, here we are using 2 variables, one is area and other is R. So if we are calculating the value of this area, then we have to declare both these variables prior to their use. Okay, so like this, we have to declare these variables before they are used. Float means this area is a variable of floating point type. Okay, and float R means this variable R is a variable of type floating point. Okay, and one thing, keywords. There are many keywords in C, so you are advised to consult one reference book to find out all the keywords used in C. Okay, now we will see a small program, another small program to find out the circumference of a circle. Okay, let's see another program for finding circumference of a circle whose radius is 2. Okay, so the first line is the command line. It says that we are finding out the circumference of a circle. Okay, the second line is including the standard input output library header file, because we are using this output function. Okay, after that the main function starts. Okay, so here we have to declare all the variables prior to their uses. Okay, so we have declared the variable r also, and we have declared the variable c also as a type integer and as a type floating point. Okay, then the value of r is given as 2. After it, we are calculating the circumference by using this formula, and after we are printing the value of circumference. So here I have used %f. This is known as format specifier. Okay, and I will explain in detail in the next lectures. So this is known as format specifier. It signifies that the value to be printed here should be a floating point number. Okay, so just compile this program and run at your systems and try to find out the output. Okay, with this I came to the end of this lecture. Okay, in the next lecture I will be explaining to the advanced concept of this C programming. Okay.
ISTB presents, in association with Dhanamanjuri Community College, DM University Imphal, launching a series of educational programs, recorded online classes for undergraduate and postgraduate students by teachers from various colleges and universities. During this COVID-19 lockdown, every day on ISTB Nongin, 8 p.m. from 24th May 2020 onwards. Watch for that. Only on ISTB Nongin.